My name is Jeff Agamenini, and this is my fifth attempt at my impromptu speech, and it's improving as I go. And the topic I chose dealt with the canons of rhetoric. The reason I chose that, because I wasn't real familiar with them. This is really my first experience taking a real class that's just totally focused on public speaking. And I wanted to understand those canons of rhetoric a little bit better than I did. So I chose the thesis that I believe invention is far more important than delivery in public speaking. And before I begin talking about my claims about that thesis, I'd like to define those two terms. The invention is when you come up and figure out those your ideas and your evidence and make sure that it's well suited to public speaking, make sure that it's going to fit. And delivery is simply some of those things when you get up in front of a group of people and actually presenting speech. So I believe that invention, that first part, that first step in the speech creation process, invention is far more important than delivery in public speaking. And a couple of claims support that. The first claim is that if those main ideas and the evidence that you come up with and the claims really are well suited to public speaking, it's going to be a lot easier to create an effective public speech. And secondly, I believe that strong invention is going to lead to more powerful delivery. Whereas even though if you have a powerful delivery, I don't believe it's going to help the organization part. In fact, I know it won't help the organization part because that delivery isn't about that. So invention comes first. So my first claim that supports my thesis that invention is far more important than delivery in public speaking is that the main ideas need to be well suited and fit the speech format in order for a speech to be effective. And my first piece of evidence that supports my claim, is in my first couple of attempts at this impromptu speech. In my first couple of attempts, I wasn't sure how to do the invention, and I worked at it, and I did okay. But the fact that it wasn't real powerful invention, I didn't suit my ideas very good to public speaking. Now, after developing a little bit, it's gotten easier. The delivery part has kind of come along. So my ideas now are more suited, and they fit the public speech better, just because I've been spending more time on the invention part. The second piece of evidence that supports my claim that those main ideas and need to be well suited for public speaking can be seen in the apprehension video of that guy that was in Bloomington, Indiana, about the smoking ban. He had a lot of material, but I don't believe he spent any time on invention and preparing those ideas and those claims that he had. He didn't spend any time getting them suited for public speaking. Therefore, it came across, and you could just see it in his apprehension. He was not prepared, and I believe that preparation, that invention, is going to lead to stronger delivery. So I believe, even though he was really nervous and apprehensive, I think a lot of that stemmed from the fact that he didn't spend enough time on the invention part. My second claim that supports my thesis that invention is far more important than delivery in public speaking is that I believe that strong invention, or powerful invention, a lot of well thought out invention will lead to stronger delivery. Whereas, delivery can be great and it can be a pretty good speech, but if you don't spend a lot of time in the invention, then it's only going to weaken your speech. Invention will make a more powerful speech. My first piece of evidence that supports this claim can be seen in Landon's speech during this week's lesson. Landon's problem speech. He did a good job, and even Professor McGarity said that he did a good job on delivery, but his ideas, his flow wasn't there because it was hard to identify his thesis, let alone his main points or his evidence that supported his claims. And to me, it was because he didn't spend that time in the invention. That invention, to me, is crucial. My second piece of evidence that supports my claim that strong invention will lead to strong delivery. And this is a little bit different than my first attempts at this speech. It's in my development of this speech and how this speech has developed over the course of 5 or 6 practices. I've been spending my time on invention to improve my speech. I've been kind of looking at the videos about delivery and things, but most of my time has been spent on looking at my ideas and figuring out which piece of evidence supports which claim and how to tie them together. And to me, this speech is going to be the best so far, and I can tell already that it is. And it's my 5th attempt of recording the whole thing. But I think this is going to be my most powerful speech, and it's developed and it's gotten better each time. And my time has not been spent on working on my delivery. It's been spent on improving my ideas and learning how to tie them together. So to me, that's my second piece of evidence that supports that strong invention is going to lead to strong delivery. And also my thesis, which is invention is far more important than delivery in public speaking. Because those main ideas and those claims need to be well tied or well suited for public speaking, and that strong invention it comes first, and it is what is going to lead to a more powerful speech. And something that I've learned during this week is that I was under the impression that you couldn't practice an impromptu speech. Or you were supposed to just do it as quick as you could. I'm glad that we get to practice, because the fact that I get to practice this over and over again has really been helpful to me.